Thanks and welcome back. Today I am working on day 17 of Ethony Dawn's 31 Days of Tarot, which is what is your favorite way to tarot journal? So this is my favorite way right here. In a previous video I showed you this fountain pen, which is one I got specifically for use in my my practice. I do occasionally just sort of bless it again with smoke, or we'll leave it out in the moon to cleanse as well. But I use this for my tarot journaling, and this is just a cheap, it's a Succeed brand. They sell them at Walmart around time for back to school. It's a dot notebook, and I probably won't end up getting this kind of notebook again just because the paper isn't very great. It has a pocket, yeah, you see there. So I started with this as sort of book of shadows. You can see herb stuff, notes on astrology. Yeah, here you can see this is, wow, I didn't even think about how awkward it would be to show my tarot journal. This was my 2018 year ahead spread, so I drew out where the cards would be and their numbers, and then the month and the draw for it. Most months I actually use Ethony Dawn's spreads. I love her spreads so much, which was actually how I found her 31 Days of Tarot challenge. I found her spreads sort of by accident on Pinterest. But I'm going to start with this one from Yule last year. You can see normally I draw out the spread, and this time I kind of wrote a keyword above it, but over here to the number I write out the question for each placement, and then my draw, and then I do a sort of interpretation for myself that I write out in journal fashion. And in general I like to keep a format over here with the phase of the moon, so what this is for, the sign, if there's an eclipse or anything, the date, and where the spread is from. So yeah, this as of last night, I'm not even halfway through. And part of that is because I also sometimes use the Golden Thread app in my phone. Especially before I got my small Smith Waite travel tarot, occasionally it would happen where I would find myself in a situation where I could really use some guidance. I was getting stuck, and I would be able to do just a quick spread in the app, and then I made my notes on the spread within the app. So the other way that I do some tarot journaling, not as intense because I don't generally do interpretations with it, is in my witchy bullet journal for this year. I think I may have shown you part of this already, which is my year ahead spread right over here. I totally should have planned ahead better for this. So with this, I of course did the year ahead. I wrote up here, here's my key, so 1 through 12 for January through December. 13 was the main conscious focus, the underlying theme, additional guidance. This is based off of Jessica Starr's spread. I don't have a goddess deck or any sort of deity deck, so I didn't have a god or goddess done with that. And this I was really excited about. I just fixed my printer back up, so I took photos of the cards, some of the main cards there, and printed them out to kind of collage it in here. So you see these are from the main conscious focus, the underlying theme, and the additional guidance for me for the year. You'll notice over here these are all kind of weird colors. These are color coded to the suit. I don't always use this color scheme, but it's what I'm actually using for Yule this year. So spoiler alert, you'll get to see this later with my Yule flip through. But for my tarot tracker here, for my daily draws, I write the number or abbreviation, so Q for queen, KN for knight, that type thing, and then signifier if it's reversed or not. And then I color code, so I have cups, pentacles, wands, swords, and majors right there. And I just kept those same colors for my year ahead spread. I do track my daily draws in here, And depending on what I'm going through in my life at the time, so yeah, you can see over here, I also wrote them out right here in addition to on the main tracker. Part of that was because in the morning it was easier just to grab a black pen and write than to put in my color code. But all that to say, depending on, I don't even have a great book. So yeah, there's another reading in there, and I did some interpretation in this journal because I actually didn't have my second one with me. But so like you can see here, sometimes I'll actually write out a quote or a key phrase associated with each card as I'm learning more about their meanings, and sort of what the action would be or what my takeaway is as I'm going into the day. And I think that's probably the best overview for now, except to say that I've also started, yeah, I went ahead and said it, of course I did. I've also started, as you can see right here, this other color, journaling at the end of the day, just a few lines, so that hopefully I can go back and look at my daily draws with this tracker here, see correspondence to my personal cycle and the cycle of the moon, to maybe what suits are coming up, what numbers are coming up, which majors are coming up, but also hopefully by doing that journaling at the end, I'll be able to see what they actually look like in my life. So that is my current tarot journaling setup. I'm looking forward to learning more about all of y'all's, and see you soon.